Hello again. So Annette here again. We're back for the final part, part 4 of the crochet border to the base of this little child's t-shirt. So actually crochet is interesting because when you want to stop and look at things, you can just take the needle out of the stitch, but make sure you pull plenty of loose thread through, and then you can work away with it. And when you go to pick up the stitch again, you pull the thread a little bit, keep an eye on the stitch, and when it comes to here, you put the needle back in from the front. There we go. And then you pull it tightly. So at the end of part 3, I asked you to complete the row of double crochet, and then what I did was actually I did another row of double crochet, and you can add another one or as many as you wish for the length that you want. So I stopped here. I've done 2 single crochet rows, 1, 2, I've done 3 double crochet rows. So I'm going to show you how to complete that one again, just to remind you of how to attach. We're going to attach to the top of this stitch here, because that's our first double crochet, which you remember was actually a chain 2. And how do we know that we have to attach here? Well, if you study the crochet, a double crochet consists of a post and the top stitch. So which one is the proper top stitch matching that post? Well, it's this one. And the reason it's this one is because it's coming out from the top of that and it lies slightly to the right of it. So therefore the stitch before that would be this one, which matches the top of that first chain 2, which is the equivalent of a double crochet. And we pick it up, and if you notice there's another little thread underneath here. So where we attach is always at the top, the V at the top. Also, when we're crocheting into a stitch, we make sure we don't crochet into that part, except for specific advanced stitches, and we always crochet into the top 2. Sometimes you crochet into the back if you want a certain lie, but at the moment we're doing nice simple stitches, so we always crochet into the top 2, and we'll be attaching here. So let me get to there. So assuming that you have now completed your final row, more or less, of your double crochet, let's get to the end of that row. I don't crochet the American style. The American style, they have the hook in the left hand. This is how I do it. So yarn over, and here's the ultimate stitch of the row, because we see that the first stitch comes up from here. So we'll go in here. Sometimes people ask me, how do you know when you've come to the end, which stitch do you complete with? Anyhow, there we are. So now we have to do an attachment here, and like I said, it's this stitch here, the top of that double crochet post, and we attach with a slip stitch coming all the way through the 2, and pulling that nice and loosely so you can study. You can see that that is a lovely neat finishing, and that's the end of that row. Okay, and now the exciting part, we are now going to do the lovely loopy edge. I'm going to show you how to do a picot stitch. So we're going to be attaching with a single crochet. So let me see. So first of all, to do the first single crochet of this final row or round, we know that 2 chains is equivalent to a double crochet. So 1 chain is equivalent to a single crochet. There you go, 1 chain. Now, we start now by making our loopy thing. So we're going to have one chain, chain 1. Okay, so now we've actually chained 2, but don't forget the first chain is the single crochet. The next chain is the starting part of our lovely edging. And now we're going to chain 3, because chain 3 is our picot stitch. So we start with 1, 2, 3, and we slip stitch back into the first of those 3 chains. So let's see, how do you notice them? Look, 1, 2, 3, and we go into the top of that, and we slip stitch that. Okay, and there is a little ball made, or a little flat piece, and that's called picot. So now we need to match the far end of it with a chain 1. Okay, we're going to skip a stitch, which is this one, and we're going to work into this one here with a single crochet. All right, there it is. Okay, so let's look at that. So we've had a single crochet here, because we're having single crochets every time we attach Then we had a chain 1. Then out of 3 chains we've made this picot, and then we have a chain 1 here, and then we've attached with a single crochet. So single crochet done. Now we move on. So 1 chain, and then the 3 chains that we need for the picot, that's 3, come back 1, 2, 3 in here, only at the top of it, and do a slip stitch, and then you chain 1 to complete that loop. Skip your stitch and in to do a single crochet. Off we go. Chain 1, chain 3 for the picot, back into the third one, 1, 2, 3, and do your slip stitch. And we know we're doing it right because we should have a chain 1 from the start. So there's the one we slipped into, and prior to that we have the chain 1. Okay, hold on a minute, I just want you to see that I'm doing that right. Hold on, sorry about that. So let's do it again. So we've done our single crochet, chain 1, okay, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. I think I did it a little bit fast and I might have gone back into the chain 1, so let's be careful here. 1, 2, 3. So let's see that again. 1, 2, 3. It's this one you go into and you slip stitch. And we must make sure we still have a chain 1 below that. So if you look at it, there's the one we've worked into, and there's a chain 1 below, and then it's the post of the single crochet. And we complete that with a chain 1, skip the stitch, and in for a single crochet. Right, continue on. Chain 1, 1, 2, 3 for picot, back 1, 2, 3 into the third one, back, slip stitch that one, beautiful, chain 1, skip a stitch here and back in for a single crochet. Do one more. Chain 1, 1, 2, 3 for picot, back 1, 2, 3, slip it, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet. Now pulling it nicely through to have plenty of leeway to look at what we've done. So here we have it coming along nicely. That's all our edging going across, and plenty of space. Let's turn it this way to have a quick look at how our little dress is shaping up, our little t-shirt edging, and you can see how nice and pretty that little border is for a little girly. Yep. So continue across doing this, and I'll meet you right back here where we started and show you how to finally complete the work. Yay! I'll put a pause here so you can pause as well. Okay, so I'm nearly at the end of this round. So I've done my chain 1, I've done my picot, I've done chain 1, I skip a stitch and I come in here with a single crochet. And I've one final one to do to attach back here. So chain 1, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, come back to the third one, the first of those 3, 1, 2, 3, there it is, and there's your chain 1 here, and then there's a single crochet. So slip stitch here, chain 1, and we're going to attach that back over here with a slip stitch anywhere there, and that's your final one. Don't need to do a single crochet there because we're just bringing it to the end. Here now I cut my yarn and yarn over and just pull that through to fasten it off. Okay, so the only other thing we need to do is tidy up all our loose ends at the back here. So for that you just thread your tapestry needle again, using the tapestry needle, yep, and whatever, bring it through from the back here into a few little places, draw it away from the edge so it doesn't come sticking back out at the edge again. Bring it over here, doesn't really matter, I'll get rid of that one. And you do the same for these ones, bringing them along, bring the yellow along where the yellow is, bringing red in along where the red is, and if you want you can even tie a little knot if two are close together, because that also secures them very well. Here are two close together, I tie a double knot, that works to secure them as well, and then I can snip those two and continue on. And so you then tidy all that up. And let's have a look at our lovely little completed piece. Here we are. Ain't that cute? And that's for our little baby Lila, 5 months old. That's her little t-shirt and a nice little edging. There are lots of other little edgings that we can do, and I'll show you them again soon. For example, I don't know if you can see the shorts that I'm wearing, where I have done an edging like this. So maybe I'll demonstrate that one. Everybody admires these shorts, and I have even got a little part here at the edge coming down, but that's for another day. Okay, hope you enjoyed it. Happy crocheting. Bye.